The Netflix series Outlast the Jungle shows us that if you want to know who a man really is, throw him on an island with limited resources and high stress and give him access to women. When I tell you, I cannot believe that Netflix did not pull 3 of the men from a certain team after they treated the women appallingly, to the point that I was actually afraid for their safety. And yes, I am talking about Team Fragile Masculinity. Oh no, I'm sorry, I meant Team Charlie. When I tell you these dudes were absolutely giving the soldiers from 28 Days Later. Except instead of wanting to take advantage of them physically, they use their misogyny as a way to bond. What do we all have in common? We don't like women and we can make them do the work for us. And I will show you proof that this is not a bad edit, as these men have been saying, by using their own words. But let's start with my least favorite member, Wes Saunders. This very loudly proclaimed former NFL player set many records on the islands, such as least yards walked and most snaps taken, claiming on the show that he was saving his energy for something big. Credit where credit is due for manipulating the men on his team who believe that BS. But let's talk about his career in the NFL, because it doesn't take long to realize he was just as successful in his NFL career as he was on the island. You see, Wes joined the Steelers in the 2012 season, but he was suspended for 4 games due to taking some Adderall that it appeared he did not have a prescription for. Now, he claims that prescription had lapsed. But either way, he proved it's not just the island he gets kicked off of, because the team let him go. Now, I think about 5 days after that, he was picked up by the Colts, proving again that he is consistent in the fact that he's going to be suspended for using something. In this case, the NFL said he was suspended for violating the NFL's policy on performance-enhancing substances. So yes, that illustrious career he had in the NFL for seemingly about 2 years, where he got let go from 2 teams. But what's even more mind-blowing is the persona that Wes projects when he's outside of Outlast. Let's talk about what Wes says on his own website, because tell me if this reminds you of the man you saw on the island. Wes promotes himself as someone who's very good at mentorship, emotional wellness, movement, mindfulness, and leadership. This man promotes himself as someone who is good with emotional wellness and mindfulness. The self-proclaimed bully with a machete. What? One of the things he teaches to clients is stress reduction training. Is it that you just find all the women in the room, talk to the dudes and say, man, they're really bringing us down, and yell at them, physically intimidate them? And I'm going to try not to react to the clip, to just let you have your own reaction, okay?
Hey, Wes, you want to help me with this?
Well, I'm not going to ask you to do every little thing. Sarah's definitely right about Wes not really doing much. I just don't think that he really is here to work hard.
Is there anywhere in between of you telling me what to do and you asking
How
me
about you
questions?
show me some respect like you want, right? You want respect?
You keep on bugging up like you a man, like you, like what is bro? I'm not your bro. Like, you can talk to me like a human being. Hey, Wes, I need some help with this.
I'm literally trying my best to work as a team. You keep
You're going
talking
to
about,
everything is a
keep interrupting.
All I do is
You keep
ask questions.
interrupting. So I'm trying to actually have a conversation. If you want to talk, I'll give you the floor.
Now, mind you, this was all happening because Sarah had been lugging logs to build their bed while Wes was napping. I think Sarah had already identified that these men were turning on the women in the group for being annoying, for being not smart. Remember this guy? Okay. But regardless, she was putting in the effort to show that she could contribute to the team. And then this is the attitude that happens when she wants help. Of the 2 of them, who is trying to be respectful? Who is trying to have a reasonable conversation? He starts making those wild accusations like, you're trying to be a man, you're trying to buck up to me. Now, it's actually kind of impressive for a man of this size to be that fragile in his masculinity. A lot of times, it's the smaller guys. Again, see the photo. But that's where I start to think this isn't about how fragile he is, even though he is. This is about a distaste for women. He doesn't like that she's standing up to him. And he's calling that like, you're bucking up, you're trying to be a man. No, dude, she's just calling you out. She is calling out the obvious glaring issue of you sleeping all the time. You project yourself as a muscle of the team and yet you're not doing the work. And yet somehow he convinces the rest of the guys that Sarah's not doing anything and she needs to go. Stay tuned for the next part because I'm going to get into his worst clips. Yes, they do involve a machete.